The pufferfish is probably the most poisonous creature in the sea. It contains poison 275 times more deadly than cyanide. And yet, to the Japanese people, the raw flesh of the pufferfish, or fugu as they call it, is the ultimate delicacy. Now, you think that's bad, but wait till you hear the rest of the story. Hi, I'm John Kuert, the pastor at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania. Thanks for joining me once again for another message from my heart to yours, these little heart-to-heart talks. And I hope that today's message will make you think and will be helpful to you in your spiritual walk. Well, here's the rest of the story. Diners will pay $150 per person for a complete fugu meal of the pufferfish. But for the real gourmets, nothing can match the flavor of its liver. And it's here in the liver of the pufferfish that the poison is most concentrated. And although chefs are forbidden by law to serve it, they are sometimes begged, bribed, or bullied into doing so. The results are delicious, but sometimes can be lethal. Now, we might say, why would you take that risk to enjoy that food, even though it might be delicious? Why would you take that risk of death? And the article that I read this from goes on to say that if properly prepared, the flesh is usually quite safe, but there's really no way of telling it until you have eaten it. Why would anyone do that, we say? But now here's something for us all to think about as we go through life. Isn't it strange that we mortals sometimes feast on the things of this world, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life, the lust of the eyes, the things of this world that are going to pass away, that will ultimately bring death if we go after them and not follow the Lord as closely as we should. You see, there's both spiritual poison and spiritual life-giving food available for us all. And life or death depends on which we choose. So I ask you today, what are you choosing? Are you choosing to feast on the things of this world that are going to pass away? You know, my life verse is 1 John 2:17. The world is going to pass away, and all the lusts thereof, all the desires. But he that does the will of God is going to abide forever. So what are you feasting on? Are you feasting on the things of this world that are going to lead to death and destruction throughout all eternity? Or are you feasting on the spiritual things, the spiritual life-giving food, which is available to us as well? You know, the psalmist said, "Taste and see that the Lord is good." And I'm glad I tasted many years ago when I was a teenager. And even before that, because I grew up in a great Christian home, and early on, my folks told me the principles of life and where I should set my desires and go in that direction. So I'm thankful for that. But the psalmist said, "Taste and see that the Lord is good," and I can tell you from experience, it has been a joy, and it's so great to know that rather than tasting and going after the things of this world that sometimes seem so good, we can rather feast on the things of God. We can walk that straight and narrow path, and that will lead to life everlasting. Oh, the joys of those who trust in God. And, carefully prepared and seasoned with love, the gospel promises not death within minutes, but life for an eternity. I hope you'll think about that today and maybe even share that thought with someone else. Well, thanks for joining me. And as I said before, I'm the pastor at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania, 499 Grandview Pike. And we would love to have you stop by and see us some Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. or Wednesday night prayer meeting. And I would like to invite you to our booth this Friday when we are going to have a little stand and give out tote bags at the Autumn Leaf Festival. And we're also going to be in the parade, so we hope to see you there. In the meantime, may God bless you and may you have a great day. Bye-bye.